It's Teach Me Tuesday. I'm glad y'all here. You know, there's a story that I tell about fleas that oftentimes helps me to be able to help people understand what it looks like to be exposed to oppressive behaviors and thoughts. You know, if I put fleas in this cup, they'll all jump out. If I put fleas in this cup and I put a lid on this cup, they'll jump up and hit their bodies against that lid until they realize it hurts. And then once 100% of the fleas are jumping just below the lid, there I can take the lid off and the fleas will never jump out of the glass. And I ask people in my classes, I say, you know, can the fleas jump out? And with 100% accuracy, they say, yeah, of course they can. And then my next question is, well, why don't they? And people always say, well, because they've been conditioned, because they've learned. And this idea, this concept is called learned helplessness. It's been done with fleas. It's been done with dogs. It's been done with elephants. It's been done with people, mice, all kinds of things. Learned helplessness is a proven phenomenon, and humans suffer from learned helplessness as well. And sometimes, you know, when you're talking about personal accountability, people say, oh, the fleas are imagining a lid that's not there and they can jump out. But Dr. C.H. Turner, black scientist actually, broke the glass and the fleas never jumped out of the shape of the glass. And even the offspring of those fleas never jumped out of the shape of the glass. And so then my third question is, what does that mean 2 or 3 or 4 generations removed when you have fleas who have been exposed to glasses and lids and fleas who have not? And also with 100% accuracy, people will say, oh, yeah, you know, the fleas who have never been exposed to glasses and lids, they probably look at the fleas who have been exposed to glasses and lids and they think that they're lazy, which takes me to my question on this Teach Me Tuesday. Because when we do actually start talking about people, the folks in the room, and majority of the people that are in my classes happen to be white, they will say things like, well, you know, underrepresented groups, you know, we got to do something better to help them, you know, not be conditioned to the glasses and the lids. And then my statement is, again, always the same. At what point are we going to start focusing on the glass and the lid? You see, fleas are not supposed to be in glasses with lids. Now, y'all stick with me because some stuff I don't understand. It takes me a while to get it. But what I need y'all to teach me is that why is it that 100% of the time, whenever I share the learned helplessness story in this whole experiment, why is it that people always go to underrepresented groups? Because to me, it is absolutely an idea of learned helplessness for you to think that you're better than somebody else. It is especially challenging to me that you think that you are better than somebody else because of the amount of melanin you do not have in your skin. It is particularly challenging and tough for me to understand how it is not learned helplessness that you think you are somehow better because you are educated or because you have money or because you live in a certain community or because your name is a certain thing. That idea that because you are white that you are better, you a flea in a glass with a lid on it. That's a ridiculous notion and idea. So can y'all help me understand that whenever I talk about learned helplessness, all we want to talk about is black people and their learned helplessness. We want to talk about poor people and their learned helplessness. We want to talk about gay and lesbian and transgender people and their learned helplessness. Listen, y'all, those of you who are white, those of you who are male, those of you who happen to be heterosexual, you got learned helplessness too. You ain't no better. And I don't understand why when I do this little experiment, you don't see that the policies, the practices, the procedures that have you thinking these ridiculous thoughts, you suffering. And 2, 3, 4 generations removed, we all sitting here looking at you like this is a ridiculous idea that you think you're better. And I might have it wrong. Y'all teach me. But racism, misogyny, homophobia, these things, they don't just impact the underrepresented group, at least not how I see it. Y'all teach me. Those of you who believe you have power and do have power, you the one with the problem. How hard must it be to walk around the world thinking that you are better by something that doesn't even exist? This idea of whiteness doesn't even exist. It was created in 1680-ish or so. And here we are in 2020, killing people more because they don't have white skin. Choosing where people go to school because they don't have white skin. Making decisions about people's health because they don't have white skin. That, my dear, seems like it's learned helplessness. I don't know. Y'all teach me. It's Teach Me Tuesday. We got work to do.